G'day mate, welcome back to Satisfactory with me, Jedit. We're standing on top of our lovely space elevator because it's that time. It's that time when we finally get to launch these materials off and access tiers 5 and 6. Now, tiers 5 and 6 is where we get into oil processing and everything else. At the same time, I feel like I have to apologize. I'm not sure. I didn't really see it in the editing process, but I am screaming through the videos at 2 times normal speed when I'm doing the editing. My encoder presets have been complaining about, well, my recording software has been complaining that it's being peaked when not a lot's happening on the screen. So I'm not sure what the quality is like. But we're going to seal this off. We're going to fire this to space. Goodbye. And now I expect Ada to talk, but she doesn't. In the meantime, we've started loading more versatile frameworks, which is good because literally all I did is I just let the game run overnight. That's become my #1 way to deal with things in Satisfactory, just leave the game running overnight. I did add storage containers to all 3 of these machines, thinking that for the next level... Sorry, pardon me. Maybe we needed to launch the 3 that we'd already launched, plus another 2 to continue with project assembly, being parts 4 and 5. Turns out we don't. But anyway, I've put in some storage containers and just let these fill up with thousands and thousands and thousands of items. Well, 1,200 items to be exact. What do you use again? You use rotors and reinforced iron plate. Yeah, reinforced iron plate I don't have a lot of. But yeah, okay, so we've let that run, we've let it fill up. I have extra parts that I can fire off into the great trash compactor should I need a sudden burst of coupons. In saying that, I have 12. It's probably 800,000 points to the next coupon now, but the game just runs. You're talking infinite resources into an infinite resource sink. Just let it go and ignore the problem and it'll go away. Anyway, I want to unlock oil processing. Oil processing is definitely where it's going to be at next. We can't do industrial manufacturing to get computers and modular engines, actually the 2 items we need for the next level, until we have plastic and rubber. Alternative fuel transport, again, we can't get until we have plastic. Gas bars can't get until we get plastic and rubber. Tier 6, we're going to need computers, which we can't get until we have plastic and rubber. That gives me the conveyor Mark IV belts, which is something I really, really, really want to get my hands on. Jetpack, plastic and rubber. Trains, supercomputers, which need plastic. So basically, this is our first unlock, and that's pretty much as far as we're going to get for the moment. I need to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these. I need to get 1, 2 of these. I need to get 1 of these, and I need, next box over, 1 of these. And this should give us oil processing. Boom. Bye. Go away. Come back with a repaint job, please.
Oil acquisition and refining unlocked. Oil-based products can now be made. The byproducts of oil refinement can be used after further processing, as seen in the refinery. Caution. This is a reminder to minimize the chance of expiration during out-of-base activities.
Yeah, we're going to die. Okay, so we've got oil extractor and refinery. The other one I really want to get is I want to get the manufacturer. So this is going to be the next one we want, which is plastic and rubber. So oil extractor and refinery. So let's just say 10 of them and 10 of them. So I have lots of stuff in my inventory. We're going to want 1, 2, 3. I'm going to want motors. Next one I roll along. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 it turns out. Cable. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 700 cable. 800 cable because I have a feeling oil is going to be a long way away. Pipes. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll do us, and then copper sheeting. Lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of copper sheeting. Okay, press the sort button. What can we get rid of? Okay, straight away, you can go on the ground. It's interesting. The fact that I drop it means it doesn't set up. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, so that's one thing gone. Into here, I want to get rid of 90 stators, 42 modular frames, 80 of those, 12 of those, 5 pipe. That clears out the inventory a little bit. 3 wire. Okay, what do I need for a power pole? Is wire rods. Okay, go away wire, go away half a stack of rods. So I want, whoop, wrong one. 1 stack of rods. Oh, I'm gonna need belt as well. No, wire, 1 stack of wire. I've got concrete. We're going to fill my inventory with those. And then dump those and those, because they both look to be useless. Alright, so that gives us 2 inventory slots. Should be heaps, I hope. And now we need to go exploring. And I think the first thing is to just grab some height. I thought there was a hole in the ground. No, it's glass. Okay, grab some height so we can run this crude oil, which now comes in pipes, not barrels, and wait for it to go ding. Anytime now. Oh. 1,600 meters on the other side of the cliff, or whatever it was, 1,800 meters that way. Let's go 1,800 meters that way. Because at least I have a transport tube to get me most of the way that 1,800 meters. Which already means I have power and other infrastructure out there out at our Caterium node. So back downstairs we go. You. Oh, you. And then across to our Caterium node, which is the 3rd one. Boop. Oh, side note, I did run a sulfur line because I found sulfur all the way over there. It's been brought to base. That's as far as I've got with it. It does mean that we should, well, I should really do something about actually researching more of the sulfur line to get explosives and other things, which would be really nice and really fun to play with. Maybe we'll end up doing that this episode. First off, I really just want to find out where this oil is. And I can't run my beat machine whilst I'm in a tube, funnily enough. Actually, now I want to go back. Yeah, let's go back. Like, bear with me, I'll put in a cut. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to do a ping for oil, and then I'm going to jump the tube. And damn, I was hoping we could see the blue line and see if we move faster than the blue line did. No, blue line definitely moves faster than we do. Maybe we need a railgun to move faster than the blue line. But we can already see we're down to 1,200 and catching, 1,100. It's that direction or 1,000 meters over that cliff. Maybe we can go over the cliff here? I didn't bring much in the way of climbing equipment. I guess anything's possible. problem is liquids do not like going up hills. So that's something we need to take into consideration. Alright. Oil. $500 meters. 700 meters. Oh boy. That's a bigger sand dune than I thought it was. We're good so far. Almost. Oil. $400 meters, 700 meters. I worry when I see bits like this. I'm worrying whether that sand actually exists, or if I step on it, I'm just going to fall through to nothingness. 300 meters. There, and there. Oh, and there. 4 of them. Well, that settles that argument. And it's 700 meters and 900 meters. So there's plenty of oil over the other side of the cliff. There's oil down there. See, that sand's at a curve, at an angle. I know that sand actually exists. Even better, I took damage, so I know it definitely exists. Alright. So we have infrastructure right here. We also have a big bad over there. We might just have a nut or two before we wander too far to lower our risk of exploration. Now, obviously, I do not want to run my pipes up over the cliff. I'd like to keep them lower if possible. Although, if I'm just producing plastic, I can run plastic over cliffs. That's not really an issue. Wire is too long. Wire is too long. Wire is too long. Wire is good to there. Oh, you're grumpy. Ooh, that hurt. That really hurts. Ooh. Bye, off you go. Go away. Oh, you got friends down there too. Awesome. Everybody's out to kill JD. Okay. Oh, and we've got bees as well. We got everything out here is ready to kill us. Alright, so we can run our power line across the cliff at least. Wire too long. Wire too long. Wire happy. Do not fall off the edge, JD. Wire too long. Okay. Power there. Where's that oil? Right there. There. Invalid aim. Okay, so I can't hit any lower. I can't really climb down here. I can climb down over here. Cool. I made it part way down. Can I make it part way back up? No. Alright, we'll just parkour down the edge. Yep, we're good. Nope. Cliff. We're good. Alright, so we made it to the ground floor. First step, trying to find our way back to the desert. Can I go through that gap? I can. You can. Oh boy. Please tell me you took... Oh, I took damage. We might just... Where's my nuts? Why? There we go. Reheal. He chased me. Okay, so that's the narrow gap I came through, which is not going to be wide enough to fit a pipe or a belt. This is the next one, which also has... Oh, you're an alpha hog. Hello. Oh, boy. And you also have a friend. Who has a friend? Are you green? Ooh. Oh, boy. Okay, we need to go this way. And this way. And... Okay, back after clearing some other hogs I found along the way and rescuing these poor nuts from their protection. Yep. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe I need to extend my hypertube network across this desert because green guys are nasty. Either or I need to go back and go get a rifle, which I could probably unlock, to be honest. Okay, so I have red, blue, and boss hog over there. We're going to run up. And then run away. Oh god, there's crap everywhere. Gimme. Retreat! Retreat! Oh, 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 oh. Can I have a club, please? Oh. And there's more of them up on the ridge. It's like freaking artillery. Alright, let's go have a chat to Boss Hog. And there's another one over there. And there's more hogs out there. Ow! Oh, that wasn't so bad. Okay. So, as I was saying, we have a direct path through. I don't need to carry power with me. So for the moment, we'll just walk through. Have a look to our left. Have a look to our right. We've got ticks. We've got hogs. One at a time. Okay. I haven't got to the bees yet. Oh, hogs and bees. Oh, and spitters. Alright, let's go activate the bees. And hogs, it seems. Ow. And a spitty boy. You're done. You're done. Is that everybody? Yeah, I don't hear any more bees. So we'll go pick up this one. And then we'll go activate these bees. And keep an eye on them. No. That was one hell of a time for an autosave. And done. Okay, then I have a hog. Pick up your carcass. Pick up your carcass. We done yet? What did I see up there? I saw nuts. I'll take nuts. Nuts and a cave. Caves never have spiders. Oh no, it's not a cave. It's just a... Is it? No, it's just a really dark spot for some reason. It's to hide from all the bees. Okay. Alright. Oh, you were protecting a whip. Well, I don't even have the inventory space for a whip. Do I have nuts in my inventory? No. Okay. They're just in my hand. Okay. We'll grab these on the way past. Where's my oil? Oil. Oh, it's up here. Hey! Production. Oil extractor. Oh, really? Oh, you're green. Nope. Oh, I got some yellow ones as well. Ow. Yeah, if I hide behind the yellow ones, the green one can't hit me. Ouch. Okay, done. Oh, extractor. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Hello, power pole. There we go. Power pole down to here. And then over to here. And you're a normal node. So normal node is going to do 120 per minute. A normal at 120. A impure at 60. I still hear something pissed off at me. Do we have grumpy friends down here? No? Okay. So 60, 120, 120, and impure. It's another 60. So that's what? 240, 360, and our pipes still only carry 300. Okay, so refineries, which I understand have been completely changed. Let's actually put a power line in the middle, upgrade it to a Mark II, and then we'll power up you, power up you, power up you, and power up you. All from the same Mark II power pole. Okay. Refineries. I want plastic. So it's 30 crude oil in, which is great because they come in multiples of 60. Alright. And that's going to give me 20 plastic and 10 heavy oil residue. So hang on. Let's actually remove that one. Let's go with production, refinery. That's your output. Then your output could potentially come in input. We'll cover that in a second. Okay. From my heavy oil. No. I just want plastic. Polymer resin and water. I don't have any water, that's for sure. What do I do with the heavy oil? Heavy oil residue becomes residual fuel. What do I do with the residual fuel? Okay. That's crude oil for fuel and polymer resin. Well, that doesn't help. Residual fuel is heavy oil residue for residual fuel. That doesn't help either. Heavy oil residue into coke. Okay, so we could do that. We could make crude oil into plastic and heavy oil residue, and then turn the heavy oil residue into coke, which we can use to make more power. And that does 40 per minute, and that only produces 20 per minute. But if I've got 2 of them, that maths works out. Okay, so what we're going to do is you do 60. So you did 120. Yeah, 120? 120, 240. If I add another 60 to it, that's 300. There's a lizard doggo. And this just does 60. So what we're going to do is we're going to logistics pipeline from here to... Actually, can I build one of these? Just hover it in space? Yes. Okay, doesn't have to be neat, doesn't have to be pretty. We're just going to go U into U into U. Bring that into there. Okay, and you're going to make plastic with crude oil. You're going to make plastic with crude oil. Okay, we're good so far. No. We're going to have you make rubber, because we need rubber as well. Okay. I don't really have a way to sort the belts at the other end. Can I deal with that? Yeah, I can deal with that. Okay, so then we're going to do a conveyor lift and bring them up out of the way. Then I want another refinery here, let's say, which is going to have a pipe come out of that and into that, with a pipe cross junction here, and you're going to come out of there and into there, and you're going to go to, where's my power pole? Over there, which needs to go to Mark 2 already. Okay, so you're going to do petroleum coke. So you're doing 20 parts of fluid per minute. You're doing 20 parts of fluid per minute. We're going to take those 20 parts. We're going to put them in this machine, which is going to turn 40 into 20, or into 120 rather. And then I have no use for the petroleum coke at all. Carbon-rich material distilled from heavy oil residue used as a much less efficient coal replacement or for aluminium refinement. Not up to aluminium. So we're going to do the logical thing. We're going to put down an awesome sink. Oh, reinforced plate. Really? I need screws. Okay. We're going to handcraft enough screws to make reinforced iron plate. We're going to make 5 reinforced iron plate. I'm then going to put down a trash machine. And we're just going to scrap everything, because we don't need it. So there's no need to hold on to it if we have no use for it. So what we're going to do is we're going to put down organization, storage container. In case I ever have a need for this coke. That's not centered. Alright. That's still not centered, but sure. So that'll get the coke out of this machine into a storage container. From the storage container, can I build? I can build those. Okay. From there, we're going to put down a great trash machine. I need 15 of those. Really? Alright. Small cut where I go back to handcrafting for just a minute. Okay. Now, like I was saying, we put down an awesome sink. Here, we hook this belt up to there. This, I didn't bring steel beams with me, so obviously we're only going to get 30 out per minute, but that's fine. That's a start. And that's our production line. Now, I'm definitely going to run out of these things, But I should be able to. I can do a stackable hypertube as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to stack logistics, stackable pipe, put that on top, bring this pipe, okay, maybe not quite to there because you clip things, but to here, sure, and then to over there, and then to over here. And can I get a pipe to come out of you and go into you? Beautiful. And then cross junction here. Can I get you to come? No, not to there in one pass, but maybe in two passes. Beautiful again. Can I get that to go? Whoop. Can I? Thank you. Vertical. Nope. Default. Okay, maybe if I run it from that end to... There we go, vertical. So, done in that combination, looks fine. That should be less than 10 minutes worth of head lift. Yeah, it's fine so far. And now it also means eventually I get to ask my ultimate question. If it flows downhill, then uphill, do we have to reapply the head lift? So that's full of oil. That's slowly filling up, like really slowly. I'm guessing that must be... No, that's definitely a decline. There. Is that better? That's way better. That's also way better. And here? That's fine. Here is when I expect problems. Yeah, it's really slow. Now it just must be because we're exceeding that 10 meter head lift point. But no, hang on. Last thing I need is I need transportation, hypertube support right here. I then need hypertube itself into there, hypertube entrance in there, power that up as well. And then this is going to be the monstrosity that we need to bring back to base. So I'm going to put in a cut. I've put the pipe on the top. Yeah, belts go the shortest period, distance. Okay, let's rearrange this before we put in a cut. Let's put... Oh, really? Nothing... You're not going to attach to these? Oh, damn. Okay. Redo this. No. That lock goes away. That lock goes away. That goes away. And that goes away. Okay, so conveyor poles, because belts go the shortest distance. Then we're going to want organization, logistics, a stackable pipeline, because we want to keep the pipe as low to the ground as possible. We want you with a conveyor mode. And then we want transportation, stackable hypertube at the top, because we really don't care. And vertical. Sure. Did that manage to clip straight through? Ooh. That was weird. Do I just not have enough speed to get up? No, I don't. Well, there you go. Obviously, we're going to need to have an accelerator at one end with a double jump. Actually, hang on. Let's... Can I then put a entrance? No. I can't put an entrance on this one physically properly and one on here. It's fine. Okay, so yeah, now I'm going to put in a cut because I have the belts in the right order, because the belts are going to determine the length of all these things. So it's going to be, you know, work out how long the belts are, put down a pole, aim over there, pick up one of those, belt, belt, pipe, other type of pipe, rinse and repeat. And this is going to take a while, like a long while. Matter of interest. No, your flow rate's fine. This is on level ground, so the flow rate should be fine. So yeah, it's just going to take a while to get all this back to base. So again, big cut. Going to see you guys back at base, where hopefully this has all been built. Maybe with a whole bunch of pumps along. Oh, I can't do that. Pumps along the way. You know what? I think we're going to do... Yeah, I think I'm going to have to renumber all these. Alright, I'll be back. And welcome back. So, after like an hour, I finally managed to get all the pipes, all the tubes, all the belts hooked up. And I want to show you a couple of things. So, before we go any further, let's start with this pipe. So this pipe, we know we're making 60 oil here. Let's just go confirm, make sure I haven't screwed up anything. 60 oil per minute, 60 cubic meters worth of oil per minute. And it's coming into 2 refineries, which are using 30 cubic meters, 3 cubic meters? Hang on. 60 cubic meters. Oh yeah, 30 per minute. Okay, so 30 cubic meters per minute to produce plastic, and 30 cubic meters per minute to make rubber. Okay, so we're outputting both these, and as you can see by this pipe, it's full. And if we look at the flow rate in this pipe, it should be around about 30. And if we just remove that for a second, if this guy pulses first, second, third, the liquid's going this way. If it pulses in the opposite direction, it's going the other way. Let's get rid of that. And let's just look at it for a second. So it's going right to left, right to left, right to left, right a little bit. Okay, so that makes sense. If we look at this one, same story. Now, we can see the flow rate is a lot higher than what these machines use per minute. They've got a buffer of 50, and then that one finishes, and we remove 3 from our buffer. And this flow rate is all over the place. Like, it's doing 60 cubic meters per minute, which is way more than what it possibly should. If we look at this one, same story. It should pulse. Hang on, it's pulsing right, left. Does that mean it's going that way or the other way? There we go. 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3. All right. Same story. Its flow rate, it's a little bit more consistent, but it's still jumping from like 30 up to 60. It should be a flat 60. Up to 90. Back down to 60. Then down to 30. Come on. There we go. And then, well, back down towards 30. Then back up. So it's a little bit all over the place. Then we have this guy's output. Now, this guy's output is 10 fluid per minute. Oh, autosave. Thanks. This guy's output is 20 fluid per minute. I didn't even realize they had a different ratio. Okay. This guy's input is 40 per minute. So we should be slowly draining this pipe. And first off, let's look at it. It's definitely going right to left. But it's building up in pressure and then going down in pressure and then building back up in pressure. And we look at this, we can see the flow rate is 30. Almost 40. Down to 20. Back up to 40-ish, back down to 20. It's really all over the place. Same with this one. This one's probably the best example. They just went left to right. And the second we're going to have a right to left. Eventually. Left to right. Oh, well, right to left, right to left. Yeah. And the second we'll have... That was a left to right. So the fluid backflowed into this pipe. I am going to put in... actually, I should be able to. Can I put a junction right here, free floating? Sure, not exactly straight, but this should help us demonstrate things a little bit better. That goes into there. That goes into there. So this should flow. This pipe here should fill up from both ends. Okay, it's just filling up. Okay, it's not flowing in any direction. It's just filling. If we then run this into here, so we have a draw on the pipe now. This should run from right to left. Right to left. Right to left. Left to right, right to left, right to left, right to left, right to left. It's going to do a left to right eventually. That looked like a little bit of both twice. All right. Same with this one. It's generally going to be right to left, but occasionally it'll do a left to right. So there's a certain amount of backflow in the system, and then. If I hook this up, so we have a buffer, for no other reason but to have a buffer, we should see this one. That was a whole, but we should see a certain amount of right to left. Probably the buffer's probably too full now for it to matter. But we can, if we flush the full network, which just turns everything off, empties everything. Now that machine on our right draws faster than this pipe network makes liquid. So these pipes should always be basically zero. This machine should be sucking everything it possibly can out of the pipes. And that's the thing. It's really not. It's not drawing the liquid. So I have to really take my hat off to the Satisfactory devs. They've done a really, really good job with the liquids. I think it's going to come back to haunt them because they've made them very, very realistic, but also makes them very, very complicated because this is using 40 per minute. We're only making 20 and 10. So we're only making 30. So it should always have zero liquid in the pipe because this should have some sort of suction on it. They don't. It has to wait to naturally fill it up. Now, obviously, if I... Logistics, pump, put that there, hook you in a power. And I look at this little bit of pipe. This should empty. It's still going up. even though pump is definitely forcing it in. This should be basically full of liquid. 1.3, 1.2. Let's just turn you off actually for a minute. There we go. It starts filling up. It starts really filling up. Like, it's a very, very small amount of pipe, so it shouldn't hold that much liquid itself. Meanwhile, this end should hopefully stay just about empty. See, that one's got less in it than that one does. This should have some in it. This should still be empty. It is. Because the idea is that's a buffer. It should only flow into that if this pipe is full. 0.8, 2.5. So, yeah. Okay, so that's full. If we turn you back on, we should see the flow rate goes through the roof, because this is just going to suck in 50 and drain this pipe section. But it should process it faster than what it's made. So, yeah, the fluid system is very interesting, very dynamic. But be warned, it's probably going to cause you problems. Speaking of problems, well, speaking of first things first, we're going to pass our trash compactor. The coke, now we're using it at 120 and disposing of it at 120, is worth nothing. Like, really, really nothing. As for our pipe network itself, oh, that's right, I wanted to say hi to that.
The mycelia within this fungus suggests strong molecular bonding features frequently observed in adhesives and medicine, both beneficial for field research. A new research tree can now be accessed in the MAM.
I don't have reinforced iron plate, never mind. Yeah, it turns out I didn't have any mycelia. Hadn't got any yet. So, that's all we're going to find here quickly. Alright, so our pipe. Our oil pipe up until here is still full. When we get to here, it's half full. And we see the liquid's just not moving. So we've reached our maximum 10 meter head height from our oil. Yeah, default pressure of 10, allowing 10 meter vertical rise of fluids. So at this pipe segment, somewhere along this pipe segment, we've hit the 10 meters, okay? So I need to put in a pump. The logistics pump. Right about there. I'm going to have to power this pump up, obviously. And I do have power over here, so it's not too bad. Although, I think that power pole's maxed out. Hang on, power pole Mark 2. Yeah, that one's maxed out. That's from my Caterium that I still haven't done anything about. So, when we power up that pump, which is done, this pipe should start to fill up. It is, slowly. That pipe's now full. Okay. So now we're pumping into this pipe, which is slowly filling. Now I don't have any buffers at the other end, which is probably something we're going to go do right now. I don't really need buffers in the sake of... I don't need buffers to actually buffer the liquid. I need buffers to buffer the displacement when we start filling these pipes, basically. Does that make sense? I need to make sure I have extra liquid so I can fill these pipes quickly. Yes, because otherwise I've got to wait for the 300... the 300 crude oil we're making per minute to then fill those pipes that we have over there. So I want... Due to the way these work, I should literally be able to... Oh boy, am I short on copper. Organization, fluid buffer... So yeah, it's filling up very, very, very quickly. Okay. No, I'm only going to get one buffer. Alright. So we can see that pipe is 49 meters worth of liquid. This one is... Go away, chainsaw. Oh, this is a better example. This is a full... 61 meters. So it's about 60 meters for each segment. So obviously, if I have that buffer there, I can fill up new pipe segments quickly and easily as we put in pumps and keep the liquid moving up a decent head height. Because I had to go all the way across the desert. And all the way across the desert is a long way. Just in case you didn't realize, it's a very, very long way. Okay, so we have a tiny little pipe segment here, which has a flow rate of 2 meters. And you have a flow rate of 0. But you are... No, you actually have a flow rate. Why are you not full then? You are filling very slowly. Okay, maybe the whole pipe backflowed into that liquid tank. Alright, so like I said, that pipe's full. That pipe is full. That pipe's downhill, so it should fill up. 75 per minute. But it's got to fill that pipe, and that pipe, and... That pipe looks to be struggling. That one's empty. So we know, again, our head height ended here somewhere. Yeah, 5 cubic meters per minute. So I want to put this on the hotbar, I think. Logistics pump. No, I want to remove you because I do want to have... I want to have the little... Okay, maybe we'll try it this side. I do want to have... There we go. The little flow indicators on both sides. I want to have those flow indicators. So you're got 110 out. You got 50. Pump is doing 85. Actually, I should... Hang on. Let's remove that first. Which is going to cause all sorts of backflow. Alright, let's look at this pump all the way back here. Because the pumps do tell you the head lift. So head lift's at 16.9 meters. So it's not maxed out. Look into the wall. Flow rate 73. Flow rate 74. In theory, we're making 300. So in theory, the flow rate should be 300. Unless I've already... Because I put this here, maybe my flow rate was already diminished by the time we got to this point. Pipes are a pain. Flow rate 80. Liquid buffer. Very, very, very full. Flow rate 80. So I'm willing to bet to be just 80 that right about here I could use a pump. Logistics. Pump there. Into that power pole. So, flow rate is through the roof. Pump is doing 300 per minute. Head lift of 10 meters roughly. So that means the next pump is probably around about 10 meters away. Or 10 meters head height difference. But we now see these are doing a flow rate of about 300. So they're doing way better than they were half a second ago. So you don't really want the pumps at maximum distance. You want them just short of maximum distance to make sure you keep the flow rate nice and high. Because you don't want to have started losing the head height lift, therefore losing pressure, and then put in a pump. So with all that done, I should be able to see you have a flow rate of 0, but you more importantly have head lift of 22 and a recommended maximum of 20. So we've maxed out that pump. So now we need to wander down the pipeline. Look for the pipe that's not full. No, you're full. You're full, you're full, you're full. You're full. You're not full. So somewhere in this pipe segment, and you've got nothing in it, so somewhere in this pipe segment I'd maxed out. So again, we're gonna put a pump. Really? Right about here we're gonna put a pump. After I run up to here to get a hypertube, to come back down and over there, and then all the way back, because I'm out of copper sheets, of all things. Limestone, mycelia. Yeah, I kind of handcraft some. So, I'll be right back. And whilst we're in base, let's just start that research. I should have done that research instead, because I have a rebar gun. I just don't have any ammo for it yet, because I just didn't bother doing the research. Alright. Mycelia, silica, leaves, wood. No, that's mycelia. What's that? Silica. That's limestone. Limestone can go in the bin. I've been playing for 2 hours. Yes, it's taken me about that long to get the bridge, well, the main pipeline thingamajiggy bob built. That can go in there. I also wish, and please, somebody from from Coffee Stains, I was going to say Fix It. Fix It is watching. I really wish the jetpack, when I equip the jetpack, any fuel that the jetpack uses is consumed. It disappears from my inventory and ends up physically in the jetpack. I really wish the chainsaw did the exact same thing. Because, no, I just dumped the wrong fuel. But if I have fuel in my inventory, biofuel, it ends up disappearing. Well, if I have rocket fuel in my inventory, to run the jetpack, it disappears into this item. If I have biofuel, I really wish it disappeared into the chainsaw, and I just didn't have access to it anymore. That'd be perfectly fine for me. Maybe it's something that you just silently turn on after you sort of unlock coal power and a few other things. Because I admit early game, when you just get to biofuel, maybe losing your first 200 biofuel. No, out. Maybe losing your first 200 biofuel into the chainsaw would suck. But yeah, it's frustrating having to have one inventory slot just reserved for fuel for the chainsaw, just in case there's a plant that gets in your way. Yeah. Yeah, enough said. All right. Let's go back to the cup of coffee. So, oil we left at this power pole. Pumps. So I want to... That's the one that's failing. I want to put it in the middle of this one. So we know we're short. Well, we're short. We have excess head from the previous pump. And then we just need to leave this to run for a minute. It should do 300 per minute easily. It's going to do a head lift of, I don't know, it needs to physically fill every single pipe with liquid. Whilst it's doing that, we're going to go back and look at the other one, which did have a head lift of 22 meters, and see what that's dropped down to. I'm guessing it's going to be 18. And I'm pretty sure as long as you keep each head lift under 20 meters, you'll maintain max flow rate. So 19.1. Okay, so as long as we're under that 20, we should maintain maximum flow rate. But if it was like 21, obviously that's over the recommended. And the way fluids work is if you have a pump that has, say, a head lift of 5, which is like pretty common for like a pond pump, to do like a fish pond in your garden or something like that, it'll push water up to maybe 6 meters. But at 6 meters, the flow rate's horrible. It's like a dribble out the top. But at 5 meters, it's quite high. You know, at 2 meters, it could be quite impressive. But yeah, at the moment, we just need to see how much of this... How many of these pipes fill up. So that one's obviously full. That one's full. That one's full. This is not going to answer my question of what happens if we flow liquid down and then back up. Because in real life, if you have a pump here and it pumps up 5 meters, if you actually pump it up 1 meter, down 5 meters, back up 5 meters, then up another 2, here it went up 7 meters, but because it went down and then back up, the downs, whatever you go down cancels whatever you go up. So it ends up being a total lift of 3 meters, not a combined lift of 7 meters. But again, we're just going to watch these fill up slowly and see how far the liquid gets. That looks full to me. It is. That looks full, that looks full. You might notice that this goes all the way and actually into the factory. It turns out that there's a fairly high ridge right across the middle of the desert on the way to our factory. Turns out that was pretty much, if we were going for a straight line, that was the straight line direction to the factory. So we can see it's failing in that pipe segment. So climb up here. Well, actually, technically you're still filling up. You're full. You're still filling, so maybe it's not full yet. I do know I need to go get power no matter what and drag it over this general direction. So yeah, because we end up going along the top of a ridgeline and I was unsure about whether we get head height back if we drop the belts down or the pipes down and then back up. On top of that, we had to dodge, and you've probably seen some already, had to, like, here. I couldn't drop it down to go back up because otherwise the belts would clip the top of the dunes. There is one spot where actually the belts like skim the top of the dunes. But let's go look at this pump again. Where is it? There it is. Yes, this is the fastest way to get around. I don't do it when you guys are watching normally, because I find it annoying. 22 meters. Okay. So it's got to its max. Now we need to go find out where its max ended. That one's good, that one's good. That one's good. You've got, so is this, like, drop down to back up. This would actually be a good spot to experiment with it. Just put another set of poles in the middle and drop the pipe. Actually, we might just do that. We might just do that. Okay. So, I think it's here. Nope. That's full. That's full. That's full. Where's my power pole? Come with us. Haha! Not full. Okay, not full. Definitely full. Alright. How... So, the one in front of the power pole is not full. Now, let's try this as an experiment. Let's go back to this dip. Which empties that pipe segment. Bring it down to here. And then up to there. And liquid can backflow. So this is going from right to left. This is going from... No, that's going from left to right. That's going right to left. Yeah, I'm mixing up my lefts and rights. It's fine. Now, that's got to add like 10 meters to it. So the one in front of the power pole. Okay, so that was full. So if I climb up here and I empty this pipe segment, it should refill. It is! Is it? Oh, no, not really. Oh, no, it is refilling. Okay, hang on. Let's empty that one and empty that one. So you should fill all the way. You should struggle. You've got nothing in you. Oh. You're still filling up. Time for a time lapse. For science. Okay, I'd have to go back and watch the earlier clip when we looked at these originally. Or you guys could do that right now. I think that that's still classified as full. Because let's get some foundations. Well, we call that 0 because that's like right in the middle of the pipe. So 4 meters... 8 meters, 12 meters? Yeah, at least 12 meters. If not 15 meters. So dropping it back down and back up would have added at least 12 meters to the head height. And from what I'm seeing, it hasn't affected the head height from the previous pump. Yeah, that's the one I said. It's skimming the dunes, okay? It's just putting a little bit of sand on the belt with the plastic. Alright, so I'm going to remove our little science experiment. And paste that back in there. Alright, so we know where we need to put a pump. We'll go put a pump there. Actually, we'll go look at our science experiment first and see what's happened. Whether this one's full now, because it was like 95% full. It's empty and is trying to refill back up, and it needs that one refill back up. Yeah, okay, fine. Alright, science experiment over. We want logistics. We want a pump right there, which should give me bars at either side. That filled up fairly quickly. That one looks like it's okay. I have no hope of jumping that high. Okay, carefully, delicately run along a belt. Okay, so we need you to backfill and fill up first. So what we have to do is go back to the previous pump again, confirm its head height is under 20 meters again, and then we can work our way forward. Look, pipes are going to be a giant pain, and the reason I'm going through this whole process and explaining this whole process as I go is hopefully so you guys do what I'm doing and take the time and the effort when you first build a pipe network, at which point, in theory, you should never have to come back and tweak it. Like, you should have got your head height perfectly fine all the way through, at which point, no problems. It all just works from that point forth. You have maximum flow rate. Voila, Bob's your uncle. No, we're still at 22 meters. Okay. From where that pump was. So obviously I need to backtrack a little bit. Which sucks because a lot of this pipe is pretty much dead straight. Well, it's got a slight elevation on it, but not a lot. Okay. Foundations, 2 meter. Foundation, 1 meter. Okay. What? Oh, there's a power pole on the way. 2 meter. Okay, so it's slightly higher. That looks... No. That looks like we're more level with the pipe. Okay, so that's slightly higher. That looks like a slight incline there to go back down. So I think we're going to aim for all the way back here. I know it seems like we're backtracking a whole lot, which is fun enough where we conducted that experiment. Actually, there's a power pole hidden behind my chunk of concrete. Okay, so again, confirm this pump works, which I have no hope of reaching from the ground. You're great. You have a max flow of 300, so you're definitely great. Go back to here, find out whether it says the head lift is 18 meters. 18 meters is what I'm really aiming for. Not to min-max it and aim for a perfect 20, but like 18 seems good. If I'm shooting for 10, I feel like I'm undershooting the bar a little bit. But that pump's definitely moving along now. We're doing 18. Cool. 18 meters. Alright. So somewhere between that pump and the next pump was a 4 meter difference. Or actually, if I click on the pump, it would tell me. I think it said 5 meters. 5.6 meters or something. Okay, which means the next one up here we can remove. Because I don't actually need that. The problem is it's been forcing liquid up a 20-meter hill. So the old method I was using is probably not going to work. I'm going to have to flush some pipes. Already been down that hole. There's a whip. A work in progress. Okay. Really? Oh, that's definitely too far for a wire. Come on, power line. There we go. Alright. Nope, you're feeling perfectly fine. You're feeling perfectly fine, so that's still within range. Ouch. There's a loot box. Yoink. That's full. Ah! Okay. We'll do the smart thing. We'll walk on top of the perfectly round pipe. You don't have maximum flow rate. You also look to be struggling. Yeah, you are. Okay, so I definitely need one more. Can I hit that? No, of course not. Alright. Let's finish this off. My money is right about here. And as it's a fairly mute point exactly where along here, let's just put it in there. Logistics, pump, that direction, put that in there. I don't even have to walk back to the next one to confirm the flow rate's high enough. Ouch. Can we climb up here and actually jump on the belt, please? Yep, that belt. Really? Try and get this done before sunset. Gosh. Alright, we're going to climb on this side. Okay, so you have a flow rate of 300. If I... Really? I can't walk along the belt? You have a flow rate of 300. You have a head lift of 15 meters, which is plenty. So that should be getting liquid there to there to there, and then down into my liquid reservoir. So we've got plastic back to base. We've got rubber back to base. We've got oil back to base. Yeah, flow rate of 275. I'll take a win at 275, which means that's full. And that's filling up pretty quickly. If I flush it, so it has to empty first. And then I want to see these numbers refresh. They're really not refreshing. There we go. Fill rate of 300 meters, cubic meters per minute. Okay, so we have oil back at base. I also have rubber, just in case we needed some rubber for some things, and plastic. Which means the last thing I want to do before we call this episode done is get more tech unlocked. Obviously, I have a pipe of oil, which means we're going to need to start doing stuff locally. Nope. A oil refinery, which I can't build now because I've got rid of the parts. Actually, I can look at them this way. Can't I? So I can make fuel and polymer resin, which I can turn back into plastic with one of these recipes. I can also unlock circuit boards. So I'm going to have to automate circuit boards, which is going to go on the next level up. Also, research-wise, I'm going to need a manufacturer. 1,000 cable. Wow. And 100 motors. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Dump that. 9, 10, 100 motors. Alright, we'll get this one launched off, and then we'll have a look at down the list of what else we want to do. Big red button. Goodbye. And nighttime.
Milestone reached. The manufacturer increases production complexity. A critical look at production line logistics and efficiency is recommended during integration. The truck allows for increased efficiency in transportation, automated or otherwise. New project parts enable progress to the next phase.
It's broken. It had already gone. We went out to watch it and it's gone. Okay. Manufacturer lets me make anything that requires 4 items, being like heavy modular frames. I have handcrafter heat. But we're going to want... So I'm going to want alternative fluid transportation, mainly because I want the industrial fluid buffer. It holds like 8 times the amount the other buffers do. Also lets me do packaging of fuel. Not that I'm really planning on packaging fuel, but maybe. The gas mask will pick up anyway. I think I have fabric unlocked. I'm also going to do... Do I have the recipe for computers? Yes, I just unlocked computers. So also going to have to automate computers. Same time, no, maybe we'll leave these two. I think we'll leave these two. So I need to automate computers as well. And I'm pretty much going to unlock just everything up to expanded power. I think we'll leave the jetpack. We'll leave the monorail. And we'll leave... these 2 things for the next episode. But yeah, I'm going to go upstairs. I'm going to do a whole bunch of automation. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. Alright, thanks for watching. Bye.